Okay, welcome. We are doing the GUI for Count Me In 1.1.3. Okay, and in this game, or it's not a game, but in this app, the user wanted us to create an app that counted with a button, which is incredibly boring. Can I get 2 thumbs down? Thank you. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a sprite on a canvas. And I've had a lot of students ask me for the final project, how do I move my sprite up, down, left, and right? So I'm going to show you how to move your sprite left, down, up, and right. And those are buttons, right? Those are buttons you're pushing left, down, right, left, and right. So what we're going to do is we're going to count. Since they want us to count, we're going to count how many times we move the sprite left, down, up, and right. Does that make sense? So we're going to take a pretty lame app and make it pretty awesome. All right, here we go. So here's your GUI. What just happened? What? What? Oh, it's still working. All right, so here we go. So here's your app. So we want to get a shape. Why is my computer moving so slow? Okay, so here's your GUI, and we're going to give this a name. And this is going to be called Count Me In. And I'm going to call it Player Movement. You can give this a title up there. Player Movement. Big long title today. And the numbers are going to be 1_1_3. Got that? Across the top, we're going to put in a horizontal arrangement. And I'm going to call it HA Scoreboard. Okay. Width, anybody want to guess what the width is going to be if you want it to stretch all the way across? Phil Parent. You guys have already learned about Phil Parent. Okay? And now what we're going to do is we're going to put a bunch of labels up here. So I'm going to go get a different pen color. And this is going to be like left 0. How many times do we turn left? Are you with me there? And then this is going to be up. How many times do we turn up? And then how many times do we go down? And then how many times did we go right? Okay. And I ran out of room, but somewhere in here, okay, we need to put in the time. Okay. So what are all these going to be called? This is going to be called LBL left, right? This guy is going to be called LBL up. Then we got LBL down. Okay, we've got LBL right. You guys with me on that? And anyone want to guess what the time's going to be? And I'm going to put time 60 seconds in here. And this is going to be LBL time. So that's going to be my scoreboard. If we want to put time in the middle, we could. That's fine. Sometimes I see time in the middle of the scoreboard a lot. Because time's neutral, right? Okay, so underneath this, we're going to have in a big, huge canvas. And last period, we called it CNV Game Board. Wow, I'm really struggling writing with the mouse today. And anybody know what the width's going to be? Anybody know what the height's going to be? Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put in a sprite. I wonder if there's any, is there any cool sprites up here? Shapes? Oh yeah, there you go. So we'll let this guy, this star is going to be, it's basically a sprite, okay? So it's going to have a box around it. Remember that all images and all sprites are square, and it's going to have an XY coordinate 0, 0 here, or an XY here. And this guy is going to be called image sprite, IMG sprite SPR player. This is my player. And you guys can put in Mario, you can put in Pac-Man, you can put in whatever you want there. Puppy, whatever you want to move around the screen. Angry Bird, whatever you want. Okay? Cool with that? Image sprite player. And I think last time we did width is 36 and the height is 36. Okay. What? 36 by 36. And guess what, folks? If we don't like 36 by 36, if it's too big, let's make it smaller, 28, 24. Are you with me? 24 by 24. If that's too small, then make it bigger, 48 by 48. Are you with me? You just got to make decisions on what it looks good. Okay? Use your brain. What looks good? Okay? Now, across the bottom here, and I'm probably going to need more room, we're going to put in an HA control panel down here. HA control panel. Anybody want to guess the width? By the way, the alignment on this needs to be centered. And down here, the alignment needs to be centered. Okay? C stands for centered there. Who's getting this so far? Yeah. HA control panel. No, that's an A, alignment. The alignment is centered. Okay? Now, down here, this is going to get kind of crazy, okay? What we're going to do down here is put in an HA table arrangement. You guys have never done this before, so this is brand new. So this guy right here is going to be called it's going to be called a table arrangement. Table arrangement. And here's the cool thing about table arrangements. And it has 3 rows by 3 columns. So it's going to look like this. It's going to look like a tic-tac-toe box. I wish I could not do this with a mouse. Okay. Did everybody see how that looks like a tic-tac-toe box? Okay. So now what that's going to allow us to do is put buttons in here where we want. So now I can put in like an up button in here. And I'm going to put a little arrow here. You guys see that? And I'm going to put in a down button. Okay. And then I can put in a left arrow here. And that becomes my little control panel. Okay. I think we end up doing 5 columns. And I think we put another column over here. And yeah, and then we end up putting buttons here and here. So it was symmetrical. And then over here, I could put in like a real big reset button. And over here, we put in voice. That's a terrible drawing. But do you have the idea? Okay. Over here we could put in like shoot, and over here we could put in jump. If you wanted your player to jump and shoot, you with me? Okay. Any questions about this concept of this game and the engineering design? Okay. What do we need down here? Let's go ahead and add some stuff down here. What do we need? Voice is going to need speech recognition, right? So we need that down here. If you're going to have you need a clock. If you're going to have time, you need a clock. Time is very important for video games. You could put in an accelerometer and shake it. And we got to have my favorite one, text to speech. We got to have Siri in there. Text to speech. Okay. How we doing? Good? Any questions about what we're trying to build? If I'm not here tomorrow, could you try to build this? Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and try to build it. Thank you, Aaliyah, for drawing. Looks good. Okay. Okay, so projects, start a new project. Yeah. There's none at your table. There's some box on your table back there. What's this app called? Count me in player movement 1_1_3 period 2 quarter 4. Start a new app. Go ahead and log back in. How many people have a new screen? Okay, let's start at the top, work our way down. I'm going to start with a layout across the top, horizontal arrangement, width, fill parent. Background color is none. I'm probably going to go just some kind of background color so you guys can see all these boxes, right? Okay. In here, I'm gonna do this a little bit differently in here. I'm gonna try to get this done. Instead of doing 4 labels, label for the left, label for the right, label for up, label for down, I'm gonna do it with all one label. So this is going to be called my LBL direction count. Okay. And then in here, I'm gonna put in like left :0 space, up :0 space, down :0 space, right :0 space. Okay, and I'll make that like 18 font, and I'm gonna make that a color you can see, so probably white. And let's bold that. Okay, so you guys see what I did there? That's going to have my scores of how many times I went left, right, up, and down. That's one label. I just put all that into the text box. And then this is going to take me a little bit more work in code, but once I get it done, then I can copy and paste it, and I don't ever have to write it again. Okay, next to it, I'm going to put in another label. And this one's going to be called LBL time. Okay, and this is going to have time :0. 18 bold. Maybe I'll give that like a color yellow. Okay. Nine minutes. So do you see how I made that? No? Mason, what's up? do you put something in the label? You go down to text. Do you see where it says text? And then you highlight that and type in there whatever you want to display. The text is what is displayed. The name is what you and I call it. Okay? Does that make sense? What's next? Yep. Drawing animation. Let's go get a canvas. I'm going to call it CNV. What do we call it? Game board. CNV game board width, height, fill parent. Just for kicks and giggles, I'm not going to keep it this way, but I am going to give it a yellow color right now so you can see it. Can everybody see the yellow canvas? What goes on top of the yellow canvas? An image sprite. Okay? I'm going to call this guy image sprite player. This is going to be my player that's going to move around the screen. And I can go and give him an image right now because I do know that I have Mario. And Mario's huge, so now we want to give Mario size. So what do we say, 36 by 36? There's Mario. Mario going to be moving around the screen. You're going to have to download something from the internet, whatever you want to put in there. It doesn't have to be Mario. I'm just showing you that it's going to be a sprite. You're going to go download something from the internet and then download it to a folder. You're going to make a folder called Count Me In 1.1.3, right? I did 18 in bold. 18's not too big because you got a lot of writing in here. Are you with me on that? You don't want to get too big. It'll start filling up too much room. Okay. All right, let's go start working across the bottom then. Layout. I need a horizontal arrangement. Width, fill parent. And I guess since Mario's red, I'm going to make this guy red. So there's my red arrangement going across the bottom. Okay, I'm going to call this HA control panel. I'm going to call this HA lower buttons. How about that? Okay. And I'm going to center that. Why am I going to center that? Because I want a table arrangement right in the middle of it. Okay. Now I'm going to color. Uh-oh, it's not going to let me color the table arrangement. I forgot about that. All right. So this is going to be called my table arrangement control panel. Control panel. Big long name there. And it's going to have 5 columns and 3 rows. Okay? 5 columns and 3 rows. And now what I'm going to do is start putting in a bunch of buttons. And watch what happens. Can everybody watch this and stop what you're doing and just watch this real quick? When you start building your table arrangement, you're not looking. You're not looking. When you start building your table arrangement, you're going to drag a button in here, and then it's going to show you which box you want it in. Are you with me? Do you guys see that? So I want this centered. So 1, 2, 3. I want it in the middle. Okay? And then I'm going to start dragging in these buttons. So I'm going to have one down here, right? And then I want to have one on the left. And then I want to have one on the right. And then I could even put another one over here. And I can go get another one over here. All right? Okay, I'll change that one when I start moving these buttons. All right? So this is going to be kind of crazy. It's going to be messed up until you get all these button sizes right. I've learned that from the past. Okay. So this guy is going to be called BTN up. Let's see, where is this guy at? This guy is BTN down. So you just figure out where it is in that table and then name it accordingly. So this guy is BTN left. Don't know where that guy is. I can't even see him. So here's what I'm going to have to start doing. I'm going to have to start working on these buttons and shrinking these buttons down, okay? So let's go back to BTN up. I'm going to make it pretty small. Let's go. I'm going to try like 24 pixels by 24 pixels. Okay? And I'm going to make it round. And I'm going to make it like just a U up. Okay? And now it's not gonna go perfectly round until I get this one down here set. Okay, so just don't worry about it. Keep working on them, and it will come. It'll look better when we get it done. So 24 by 24. This guy is a capital D down, and I'll probably end up changing all that later. And that's an oval. Are you with me on that? Do you guys see what I'm doing? It will start to look better as you. Okay. Right now, it's going to start out like an octopus. It's going to be like all over the place. Oh, all over the place, okay? But just work on it. This guy's going to be BTN left. Height and width, 24. Shape's an oval. And this is going to be a capital L. All right? Okay, see, there you go. Once I move this guy out of there, like if there's a button in here, it'll throw that shape off. Are you with me? Okay, let's go over here. This guy is going to be renamed BTN right. Okay, this is a capital R. And this width and height is going to be 24 by 24. And this shape's an oval. Okay, then I can put this button over here. Are you with me now? See what it did? And then this guy, which side? Do you want fire on the left, or do you want jump on the left, fire on the left, or fire on the right, jump on the right? Which one do you want where? Fire on the right. Okay, so your right thumb is going to be fire. So this is going to be BTN shoot. And then I'm going to put an S in here. And we could keep it square. That would be cool. Something different. Are you with me? And then this guy over here is going to be BTN jump. Okay. And this image over here is a J. There you go. Is that starting to look like a control panel? Yeah. And if we want, we can go get images from the internet and put them in there. Are you with me on that? Okay. Now, this is where it gets a little bit, we got to keep going here. How much time we got left? 2 minutes. So I'm going to put a box over here, not in the table. I'm going to put it into the arrangement. How do I get it into the arrangement? There we go. And then this box over here goes and go on the other side, right? And now what you want to do here, you got 60 seconds left. I want to go to this horizontal arrangement right here, HA lower buttons, and I want to center it top to bottom. See what I did there? And then this one could be like 48 by 48, pretty big. What was that? What did I just do there? Okay, I clicked on the wrong thing. All right, there you go. So I want to click on the button. The button's going to be 48 by 48 round. Who learned something today? Okay. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Yes, I did. All right, so that's a little bit of my control panel right now, and I hope this helps. Keep calm and code on.